Alright, so in today's video, I'm going to be teaching you how to play Gridlock coming into Year 7 of Rainbow Six Siege. So first, let's talk about her loadout. She has the option between the M249 SAW and the F90. Now, the F90 has less damage and half of the bullets as the SAW, but it has a little bit of a higher fire rate. Personally, I like the SAW just because we're kind of in an LMG meta right now. There's also more attachments for more versatility, and because both of her secondaries aren't actual guns that you can use if your gun's out of ammo, I like just having that extra ammo count. For her secondary, she has the Super Shorty or the Gon 6. You're going to find yourself in more scenarios where the Gon 6 is going to be more useful than the Super Shorty would. Especially if you're bringing breaching charges, you're not going to need the Super Shorty. If you have a Sledge, a Buck, an Ash, a Zofia, any soft breaching at all, you're not going to need the Super Shorty. So I would just bring the Gon 6. And then she has a choice between smoke grenades and breaching charges. You can really go either way. I mostly bring smoke grenades though, because I think they're actually a very useful piece of utility that I don't see people properly using enough, which honestly I'm probably going to make a video on anyways. So Gridlock's ability is something called the Trax stingers. You have this little thing that you hold inside your hand, and you can throw it pretty much anywhere, but it will always land ground level. Now what it does, as you can see, it lays traps down in a circular motion, and it lays out just this field of spikes. Now it doesn't hurt attackers, but it will hurt defenders for a good amount of damage pretty quickly. But the only thing is they can be literally just shot. They can be exploded. If you have a shotgun, you can easily and efficiently clean up all of those Trax stingers, and they're borderline useless. So what I hear a lot of people say about Gridlock is she's essentially just a worse Nomad. You'd put her things on flanks like this, and then you'd be safe to go into theater from red stairs and not have to worry about your flank. But because all they have to do is shoot it, whenever they shoot it out, they can easily just go back up the stairs again. As opposed to if you're playing Nomad and you have an air jab pocketed somewhere, right, that they can't see until they actually go by it, then they get air jabbed and then you just shoot them. So Nomads are just a lot better in terms of securing kills, and also it's just a lot safer just in case you're not able to hear the sound cue of your Gridlocks being shot. So if you're going to play Gridlock and use her for flank watch, don't play Gridlock, just play Nomad. This being said, how do you actually play Gridlock correctly? Playing Gridlock is all about cutting off areas and map control, hence the name Gridlock. So what you do, let's say that I dropped hatch and I'm going for default plants right here. What I'd want to do is I'd want to cut off a large portion of where the defenders are going to be. So because I'm not using my Gridlock tracks for flanks, I'm still going to have a good portion of them left. What I would do is I'd put one right here, and I'd put one right here, and then because of the sake of the video, I'm just going to make her rotate right here. And right here. So what I just did with my ability is I made it 10 times safer to plant where I'm planting. So now what I do is I plant here, and the defenders aren't able to run through this rotate, they're not able to run through this rotate, they're not able to run through this double door and go behind bar or go straight to my plant. They're not able to run from freezer and go this way and contest me. What they have to do is go through the rotate right here and contest me from freezer, or they have to waste utility time and or bullets to destroy my Gridlock tracks and then contest me. But by the time that happens, I've probably already gotten the plant down, and because I've cut off so many lines of sight that I don't need to be watching due to Gridlock tracks being there, my teammates can just sit and hold freezer, they can sit and hold red stairs, they can sit and hold pixel from back there, they can sit and hold the rest of theater, they can sit and hold the head holes on the other side of this wall, and they don't have to worry about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different angles that the defenders would normally be on anyways. Now, yes, you can just do this with Nomad. You can just air jab off this pillar, you can just air jab off that doorway, but if you have so many Nomad air jabs that you're able to do all of that with your air jabs, then you're not doing your job, because you need to be putting it on runouts, you need to be putting it on flank, because that's way more important and easy to do as Nomad compared to doing it as Gridlock. And personally, I like using Gridlock on site more than I do like using it off site, because again, she is a 3 armor. I talked about this in my how to roam guide, which I'll link in the top right here. But essentially, if you're a 3 armor, that means you're typically going to be support or flex. I consider Gridlock to be a flex, and as a 3 armor flex, you're not going to be running around everywhere a lot. Compared to somebody like Nomad, who's a lot faster, that can go upstairs with the sledge and air jab his flanks off, what you're going to do as a 3 armor is you're going to go from point A to point B, which is usually outside to on the objective, which is not very far. The only reason you'd want to have a 3 speed is because you want to go far distances extremely quickly and extremely quietly. With support, they know where you are, they know you're pushing the site, and you don't have to walk far, so you might as well take the extra armor that comes with being 1 speed and just play site and just play with your team. That being said, as Gridlock, use most of your Gridlock traps to lock up a lot of choke points in the site, not off the site. Although there are some good examples, like right here. So let's say that as attackers, I'm coming into bakery and we open up the wall and I don't really want to worry about this side of the map. This Gridlock makes it to where they don't come from red stairs, they don't come from coat, they don't come from this entire hallway, they don't come from site and flank me. Or if they do, I have a sound cue and they're wasting utility bullets and or time to then break it down. So even with the whole 3 armor, 1 armor talk that I had with you on why you should be using Gridlocks in site, there are some examples where you can use Gridlocks off site like this. With that out of the way, that's going to be pretty much it for today's video, guys. Don't forget to sub, like the video if you like it, dislike the video if you disliked it. It's Alka, and I'll see you in the next one.